Hi everybody, Mark here with Camino Tranquilo and jumping in a little early this week, doing a little extra video for you guys. I've been getting a ton of emails for folks who are going to be doing a September or October Caminos, and they have some concerns with weather and how hot or cold it's going to be. So I figured I would jump in and do a quick video just to show you what I pack for a fall Camino. I have done the Camino in September, October, also in October and into November. So I got a pretty good read on the weather and how things go. So this is just going to be a very quick thing. If you've seen my summer Camino or my basic Camino packing list, this is just a little addendum to that. It's going to go fairly quick. And then later, I will be showing you, this fall, I'll be showing you my winter Camino packing. So this is just a quick little addition for the week for those of you that are going to be heading out to Spain in September, October. So have fun. See you in just a second when I throw the camera up there. Okay, pilgrims, here we go. So this is my loadout for a fall Camino. Everything's laid out on the table. I'm going to start from sort of hardware bits, and I'm going to work my way in, and we'll end up with footwear in the backpack. So first of all, I've got a small repair and sundries, not sundries, but a small repair kit and my clothesline, my laundry bag, technology bag. This has my cables, my charger, all that good stuff. A very small boo-boo kit, just a few little Band-Aids and triple antibiotic, little tummy pills, that sort of thing. My toiletry kit. In addition, in here I also, for a full Camino, would have my battery powered beard trimmer that just takes AA batteries. And then really for the hardware, apart from that, would be my hydration tube that's sitting there on my satchel. That attaches to my backpack, and that attaches to a standard 28 millimeter soda bottle or a smart water bottle, and I like that because instead of something like a bladder, I can always replace a bottle in Spain, and typically in Spain carbonated water comes with that standard 28 millimeter soda bottle top, because you know they're good for gas things. So from there, skin out, I've got 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of my liner socks, only 1 pair of my big floofy socks. This is a little bit of a departure from previous. I've always taken 2 pair of these, but really these big floofy socks are so merino, are so hard wearing. I really don't wear them out, so I would just take 1, 2 bandanas, a baseball cap, or something to hide my scalp from the sun. I've got a pair of hiking pants. I love these. I get them from Decathlon while I'm in Spain. 2 pairs of hiking shorts. A collared shirt. I like to have a tech polo in the evenings. Instead of wandering around in my regular pilgrim stuff, I like to have a polo to throw on. 3 undershirts, because I'm a big sweaty guy. I would also consider taking a 3rd pair of underwear, possibly, but that's not really a given. Moving down the table, I have a button-down long sleeve travel shirt. This has hidden pockets to either side of the button strip behind the chest pocket. I love this style of shirt. I can roll down the sleeves if it's a little bit windy or I need to keep the sun off my arms. These shirts are great. They're very quick drying. They're inexpensive, and these are from a company called Little Donkey Andy. I really love these. Next to that, actually I'm going to skip over. Next would be my warm top layer. This is just a 3/4 North Face zip, just a fleece zip. September and October do not get really, unless there's a weird storm that comes in, they don't get brutally hot, they don't get brutally cold. So being able to layer up these things without worrying about heavier puffy coats or anything else, it's kind of the way to go. My rain system is just my raincoat. This is a Marmot PreCip Eco, and the great thing is this, if it's a very cold morning, you wake up, you're in the middle of October, you're in Galicia, it's cold and rainy, and it's really kind of icky. If you layer this over this, over this, over this, that's going to keep you surprisingly warm, particularly using your raincoat as a wind barrier and to trap heat in, which means before you decide on your coat, decide on your under layers and make sure your raincoat is large enough that you can comfortably wear it over something like this so you can layer up or down for heat or cool or whatever needs to be done. At the very end there is my satchel. Again, I get those from Decathlon. They're throwaway cheap. I like having a shoulder bag. It scrunches up very small to go in the backpack. I love having that for when I go to the market or down to the little tienda or I'm souvenir shopping. Love to have one of those. My footwear, I would be doing in September, October, I would be doing my favorite trail running shoes. I don't think you need a big heavy boot to do the Camino anymore. My first Camino, or my second Camino, I did wear a very heavy boot. I don't think it's necessary. I think you can get away with these very easily unless you have some foot or ankle issues that require a boot with a lot of ankle support. Then go ahead and do a boot. Whatever footwear you've decided works well for you, that's what we should be doing. What I call my city shoes over there, a pair of Keen sandals. Those are my ones that I got from my last trip. I love Keens because I can wear my socks under them and just wander around, and they're very comfortable for me. I don't take a recovery shoe of any type. I just do those. All of this will fit comfortably into a 40-liter day pack. This is my Trail 40 from REI. I've used this on multiple Caminos in the fall. And I just love, it's got lots of pockets, lots of side pockets. Like my raincoat actually fits in a side pocket on the outside. So all I have to do is unzip. My rain gear is right there. It does have a rain cover included, which is nice. Something to consider, while this all looks like it shouldn't fit in here, keep in mind that we're actually wearing this much. So our clothing in our clothing bag actually packs down a lot smaller. You can get this easily into a single dry bag. And then I would typically be wearing one of these while hiking, or possibly both. But you can see, you can condense this down quite a bit when you've got the extras you're going to have on your body. You don't really have to worry about packing those, obviously, except when you're coming and going, unless you're going to wear your Camino clothes on the plane, which I do all the time. The one thing you'll notice that I don't have out here is my flip-flops for the shower, because honestly, I can't find the damn things. I really don't know where they're at. I almost forgot. I would, of course, have my beloved Camino fan, and I skipped over this. This is my sleeping bag liner for the albergues, so I don't have to rent sheets or risk anything weird. I kind of include these with my footwear. It's my leg wear. These are patellar straps. I wear these every day just to make sure I don't get a little bit of a tendonitis issue in my knee, which I am prone to. Best to avoid that. What would I add if I knew it was going to be a little cooler? If you're a person that runs cool, I run very warm. Very, very warm. September, October, I would not take anything more than a sleeping bag liner. This is a silk, keeps me very warm. You might consider taking a small sleeping bag or hiking blanket. This is a synthetic down-filled hiking blanket. Very cheap off Amazon. They pack up fairly small. This does fit into the bottom of that backpack fairly easily. The other thing, if you run cool, would be possibly a wool hat and some tech gloves, just to deal with those chilly mornings where things might get a little breezy, things might get a little cold. You don't want your fingertips to be cold. I would go with those. My hiking poles, I'm actually cleaning the grips on them right now, so they're kind of bathing in some goo. My new hiking poles they absorb sweat in the grips. They're kind of icky. But anyway, so I would be taking hiking poles. The last thing you might consider if you're really worried about rain would be a light set pair of rain pants. I know these look like a trash bag, but they are actually a wind/rain pant. They look silly as hell, but they weigh under an ounce, I believe, and they do keep me pretty warm, and this is a good emergency chill layer. If you were caught on the Meseta in a lot of wind or in a storm in Galicia, these will protect you from a little bit of wind chill, so not a bad addition. So, for fall, this is what I'd be taking. What's my total weight? Usually for this loadout, I'm between 13 and 15 pounds, and that depends on if I'm using this raincoat or another, these pants or another. You know, definitely taking the sleeping bag and the woolies, that's going to add a little bit of weight. But this is not a super heavy pack, fits very well in a day pack. You should be good to go for there. So that's it for September, October. I will be back later in the fall for the winter loadout, which I consider winter to be November, December, January, February. And since I will be doing a Camino in February, I will show you probably late October heading in November. I will show you my complete loadout for a winter Camino. And believe it or not, it's not terribly different from this, apart from a couple of dishes. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys on Thursday with our weekly Q&A. Thanks, everybody. Bye.